सहनो भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। तू है अनाथ बंधु करुणा सिंधु, ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। तू है अनाथ बंधु करुणा सिंधु, ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। दुख और दर्द दूर करो, दुख और दर्द दूर करो, सुख का कारण दुख का निवारण, सुख का कारण दुख का निवारण, मैं क्या जानूं तेरी महिमा, मैं क्या जानूं तेरी महिमा, माया में आवे सब ही अंधेरा, माया में आवे सब ही अंधेरा, तू है अनाथ बंधु करुणा सिंधु, ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसराओ, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसराओ, बंधन कोटि सूत्रास निवारो, बंधन कोटि सूत्रास निवारो, मैं क्या जानूं तेरी लीला, मैं क्या जानूं तेरी लीला, माया माया में आवे सब ही अंधेरा, तू है अनाथ बंधु करुणा सिंधु। ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। ओम नमो नारायणाय। 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 ओम यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। Let us chant the 5 verses together. उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि यत्करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम् अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Humble prostrations to one and all present here. So in the first verse, the importance of self-effort is glorified. There is a great, grand purpose for human life, and that is self-realization, God-realization. That is a purpose for which we all have come here. And in this process of evolution, there is a struggle involved. Every lifting is a struggle. And there are so many stages to cross over. So this lifting is called Uddharanam, Uddharet. May you lift yourself by yourself. Nobody else can help you in this. But ensure that after lifting yourself, you don't fall back. That danger is always there. Our own mind is our best friend. Our own mind is our worst enemy. The inimical mind pulls us down. The friendly mind takes us up. So now the question is, how does this mind pull us down? Avasadhanam, how does it happen? So in the next verse, two possibilities are given. Two don'ts are given. Ma means don't do this. If you do this, what will happen? You will fall. So what are the two warnings given? Mate sangaha astu akarmani. Akarmani sangaha ma astu. There is a particular duty you have. There is a swadharma you are supposed to do. In such an environment you have been placed. And then, because of so many reasons, you are not doing your swadharma. So what are the reasons we gave? Number one, because of laziness. Number two, because of fear of ridicule, insult, criticism, etc. Number three, because of loss of life. And number four, because of attachments. So then I am supposed to do something. I know I am supposed to do it, but because of all these fears, I don't do it. Then what will happen? Avasadhanam will happen. Instead of going up, I will go down. This is one reason. So yesterday we had in detail discussed this. Now the second ma, what is that? Don't do this. So even when you are performing your swadharma, the second danger is you may perform it with attachment for results, with insistence for results. Don't do it. Ma karma phala hetuhu. So yesterday we had seen why we have no right upon the results. It is because results are determined by so many factors. And we don't know any of these factors. So the one who knows all the factors alone is fit to give results. Bhagavan alone is fit to decide results. His decision is always just because he is omniscient. He knows everything. We don't have any right to insist upon the results, to decide upon the results. Now, what happens when we perform actions for results? And this is what we find in majority of the cases in people. They perform action for results. In fact, their inspiration comes from worldly results. Now, what is the danger of living such a life? This is what we have to understand. Now, as we all know, results in this world, these results are uncertain. So what happens when we have an uncertain results? If we are functioning for the sake of the results, what happens when I am working, gaining inspiration from the results which I am going to gain in the future? Always there is worry, tension, anxiety, etc. So therefore, while working, I am working with a disturbed mind, and any action performed with a disturbed mind will be inferior. Action is inferior, so two disadvantages. Number one, there is no peace of mind. Number two, action is inferior. If the action is inferior, what about the results? It definitely will have to be inferior only. So, while performing action, mind is disturbed. While waiting for the result, mind is disturbed. Now the question is, after gaining the result, what is the state? Now this has to be analyzed. So now, what we are going to prove is, all the negativities of the mind emerge from this one seemingly innocent desire for the results. Karma, phala, asakti. Now what we are going to prove is how every negative emotion can be related to, traced down to this desire for the results. That is what we are going to attempt now. So now, results come. What are the two possibilities? Possibility number one, I did not get what I want, or I got less than what I want. This is one possibility. Now, what all ways in which mind will react to this situation? Number one, dejection. Shoka, vishada, sorrow. How intense will be this sorrow? Greater the intensity of insistence, to that extent will be the sorrow also. Sorrow is directly proportional to intensity of insistence. How badly you wanted the result, and when you don't get it, you will be sorrowful. So every time we enter into sorrow, this is what we have to do. What was that in my mind which I craved for, which I did not get? This is the way we have to do mananam, reflection, introspection. There is a sorrow in my mind. What is that which I badly craved and did not happen? List down. So all these things should be there in our spiritual diary. This is how we learn. This is how we look into ourselves and find out what all are the weaknesses which I have to win over. So one defect is deep sorrow, vishada, shoka. Now, second one, inferiority complex. somebody got more than what I have. Lack of confidence. I think I am not a, good for nothing person. All these kinds of thoughts. Lack of confidence, inferiority complex. Next one, now this possibility exists. There is a particular result which I craved for, I did not get. I will try to think why I did not get it. And I found that there is some person who is involved in this. I wanted promotion and there was somebody in my office who prevented it. Now what will happen? The very same insistence on the result will turn into hatred, dvesha. You see? Dvesha. Again, matsarya, jealousy. Correct? Again, revenge, pratikara. This man prevented me from getting this. And now you will find the mind getting into a whirlpool. Whirlpooling will happen. What is whirlpool? One negative thought, and that negative thought triggers another two negative thoughts. Why did that person do this to me? Oh, maybe he did this because of this reason, because of that reason. I will not leave him. In what way I can take revenge? I must teach him a lesson. But why did he do this to me? Yes, that day such and such thing happened. I am sure he was hurt. This is called as negative whirlpooling. How deep will be that whirlpool? See, every whirlpool has a depth. How deep will be that whirlpool? Insistence on the result. How much duration will be that whirlpool? Insistence on the result. Yes or no? There is a depth, there is a duration. Everything is connected to that result only. Now, I am not seeing the result, I am seeing this person as the cause. Actually, what is the cause? Insistence. That I am not seeing. I am saying this person is the cause of all my sorrow. You see? Somewhere else the problem is, but I am seeing the problem somewhere else. Problem is inside, I am projecting the problem outside. And now this whirlpool goes on and on and on and on. And now what happens? The mind gets completely colored. Colored by likes and dislikes. All those people who were supporting my promotion, I love them. All those people who were against my promotion, I hate them. They may be good people, but now the mind is designed in such a way that now they are all demons for me. They may all be virtuous people, very just, very sincere, honest, working for the welfare of the company. But now, for me, with my colored vision, I see them as villains in my life. Correct? Now, pratikara will not remain there. It will trigger pratikara janita karma. It will trigger such actions. How can I take revenge? In whatever capacity I have. Whatever power is given to me. My mind will be thinking in this direction. Now there is no end. You see? And one after another I start doing all kinds of wrong actions. Which will necessarily bring what kind of results? Negative results. Slowly, I attract around myself a negative environment of viciousness. You see, where is it all coming from? I think this person is the problem, that person is the problem, this person is the problem. Where is the problem? I am the problem. My insistence upon the result is the problem. I am not at all able to recognize it. Yes or no? This is one part of the story. What is that part? When I don't get what I wanted, or when I get less than what I wanted. This is the way the mind functions. You have to be very, very alert. Problem is somewhere, I am projecting problem somewhere else. Now the next part of the story. What is the next part? I get more than what I want. I succeed in getting the result which I desired. This is the second part. Now, will I be free from problems? Number one, harsha, elation, joy. Again the whirlpooling starts. Even in harsha also mind is not quiet. Oh, how much I suffered. There were moments where I would not have got it. Literally there was a slip. Slip of the cup. What is that? Cup and the lip. There was a slip. But then this happened and I just got in. And all those moments where after your success you are awarded, rewarded, recognized, praised. Oh, this person told that thing to me. You enjoy. Again and again you rewind it, enjoy it. This is also another kind of whirlpool only. Any whirlpool means you are stuck. It is unhealthy. What is the sign of a healthy mind? The sign of a healthy mind is you think about a problem, think properly, and come out of the problem. That is called a healthy mind. There is a situation, you plan it, think about it, and you are able to withdraw that mind efficiently, effectively, effortlessly. Then that mind is a healthy mind. Now in both these cases, whether I don't get the result or whether I get the result, in both these cases, what is happening to the mind? It is getting into whirlpool. One is the whirlpool of negativity, the other is the whirlpool of elation. You want to discuss the same thing again and again. You want to go back to that past and recollect all those moments which had left deep impressions in your mind. You want to recollect, because every time you recollect there is a joy. To repeat that experience of joy, you again and again recollect. So that is also another kind of whirlpool. So this is one possibility. When you get more than what you want, when the desire is fulfilled. What is the second problem? Remember, it is a problem. So even though it is harsha, it is a problem only. You see, in spirituality, sukha, dukkha, both are problems. Elation is also a problem because mind becomes unhealthy. The question is not whether you are enjoying or not. The question is what is happening to the mind. Is the mind becoming healthier or unhealthier? Is uddharanam happening or avasadhanam happening? If there is a joyful state which is creating avasadhanam, it is good or bad? It is giving joy. but it is bringing you down. Just because something is giving joy doesn't mean you are spiritually progressing. Egoistic joys, they are nothing but joy, but it is a sweet poison. It is exactly like that itching sensation you are scratching. There is a joy in scratching. But then after that what happens? Some liquid comes out and it goes on spreading, isn't it? All this, I don't know what you call that, rashes and all that. It slowly spreads. And every time it itches to spread, it forces you to scratch. There is your active involvement in that spreading process. There is an initial joy of scratching, but there is a final pain of spreading, isn't it? So harsha. What is the next one? Next one is lobha. Once you start enjoying this pleasure of success, there is a joy of success, you want more and more of that joy. So naturally what will the mind... Now this is the lesson which mind has learned. I became successful, therefore I am joyful. Therefore if I want more and more of joy, what should I do? I should become more and more successful. Slowly the insistence for success becomes intense. That is called as greed, lobha. You are not satisfied with little joy. You cannot be. You misunderstand this joy to be the real joy, and therefore to maximize this joy, to intensify this joy, there comes this greed, lobha. And then very soon that lobha becomes moha. What is moha? Infatuation. What is infatuation? Infatuation is that state of mind where you give importance only to one thing and you don't give importance to any other important things. This is the one which is giving me joy. There is a greater possibility for this joy. Now the life start revolving around this one person, one thing in life. It can be thing, being or situation. This one sense object, let us say, this is my life. So therefore, let me put forth all my effort in this direction. This is called as infatuation. Infatuation means what? There are so many other important things in life. You don't pay attention to that. All your attention gets focused upon that one thing. That becomes the center of your life. The purpose of your life. That is also very dangerous. Life has no meaning other than this. As though life is for that only. That is called as infatuation. Moha. And the next one, the more and more you start succeeding in fulfilling your desire, the most dangerous thing comes. What is that? Mada. Superiority complex. Pride. Pride. How that pride grows, we ourselves may not know. That is how the pride grows. Exactly like a person, a blind man who is climbing a mountain. He doesn't know how high he is. Correct? When does he know how high he has reached? When he falls. Isn't it? Only when you fall, you come, oh my God, I have reached that much. In the same way, only when the ego is punctured, I come to know how big ego I was carrying. Otherwise, he says, hey, I am a very humble, simple person, egoless person. One prick. Then you come to know, my God. Intensity of pain is directly proportional to the size of the ego. Especially during criticism, during dishonor, when you are disrespected, when you are ignored, when you are sidelined. These are the moments where we have to deeply look into ourselves. They are all wonderful opportunities for introspection. That pain is a proof of the size of the ego in me. Many times it is like the tip of an iceberg, I think only that much is there. But when I look within, I come to know that was only a tip. A huge mountain is there inside. I thought it was only that much. Because that's all what is seen outside. But the moment I look within, I find a mountain there, not a tip. You see? Mother. And this mother is considered to be the father and mother of all vices. All vices. You name it, you can connect it to ego. Every situation is handled by an egoistic person with the stink of ego. You can feel the stink of ego in every situation he handles. He does good to somebody, he will expect gratitude. I did so much of thing to him, not even one word of thank you. Ego will expect gratitude. When others do good to him, he will conveniently ignore it. He will be ungrateful. Why he will be ungrateful? Because every act of gratitude punctures the ego. Gratitude and ego, they don't go together. Like salt and snow. Where snow is, you put a little salt, isn't it? In the same way, gratitude and ego, they don't go together. So when he does something good to others, he expects gratitude. Because every time somebody tells him, oh sir, I am very much thankful, I am so grateful, ego expands. Any expansion of ego is joy, any puncturing of ego is pain. He doesn't realize that. He thinks this joy means right thing. So somebody has not praised him, he feels very bad. Next time he will not do anything for him. When somebody does harm to him, how does he react? There is no question of forgiveness. There is hatred, revenge, bitterness. He remembers it. These are all the properties of ego. When somebody does something harmful to you, how do you react? Just observe. That's an indication of ego. Tendency of forgiveness. It's a great virtue. But it can be practiced only by an egoless person. But when he does harm to others, he justifies it. That is the right thing. I shouted at him. He deserves it. He deserves that shouting. Useless fellow. But you got angry. I am in control of my anger. It was deliberately done. Laton ke bhoot, baaton se nahi mante. He will justify it. All the wrong thing he does, he will justify. He will have a justification. And the moment you justify your wrongdoing, your mind is at peace. When somebody is performing better than him, he can't stand it. Comparison. Competition is in his blood. Where is it coming from? Remember, it is coming from insistence of result. This is the topic. Karma phala asakti. Somebody is getting greater karma phala. Oh! He can't stand. At least for formality's sake, go and tell the other person, congrats. If the ego is really strong, even that will not come. At least formality's sake. Give a false smile, false cheerfulness. Even that doesn't come. You see? These are all the indications. Recent elections have happened in India. Just observe the different personalities, how they behave. See in others, see in yourself. And unless you look within, you will not know any of these things. Introspection is absolutely essential. When you go on winning elections, suddenly one election you lose, you become miserable. What has happened to all those victory? It has only bloated my ego. And now when that ego has to fall, it has to fall from very high point. It is very painful. Very painful. You just don't know what you are doing. Others laugh at you, but you don't understand. You think, I am right. Comparison. When others are performing better than me, I can't take it. When I perform better than others, that is amritam for me. Any expansion of ego is joy. When somebody criticizes me, I can't take it again. I justify it. He is jealous of me. That is why he is criticizing. Anybody who criticizes me, he is my enemy. But when I have to criticize somebody, then he will literally skin him down. Because every time I find a fault with others, I have got a point to prove that the other person is inferior. If the other person is inferior, what is the conclusion? I am superior. There is a joy. So I find great joy in shouting at others and loudly telling all the defects of others. I find great joy. Talking ill of others, I enjoy it. That is my Chavanprash. Nourishment. You see? An egoistic person wants everybody to turn towards him for guidance, for wisdom, for advice. He feels very nice. He feels great joy in giving advice. And he feels great joy that people are coming to me for advice. When he is avoided, he becomes miserable. Why is that nobody coming to me? I have so much of knowledge and nobody wants. I want to share it to the world. You see? He wants everybody to get attached to him, to depend on him. But he doesn't want to depend on anyone. Even when he doesn't know anything, he will not ask someone. Because asking is puncturing ego. How can such a big person ask someone? I will not ask. So if somebody asks a question, I will rather tell a lie. Rather than say, I don't know. I don't know. How can I don't know? No, it's a shame. Not knowing is a shame. So, at that instance when somebody asks a question, better tell a lie and escape. So generally he tells a lot of lies. Now tell me, what is that one negative trait which is left? Jealousy is over. Matsarya. When somebody, ahankara is what I am discussing now. Mother is ahankara only. All negative traits have been discussed. Yes or no? When I get what I want, when I don't get what I want, when there is karma phala asakti, that asakti is the very source of all negative traits. You name a negative trait and it can be connected to karma phala asakti. You see? Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu. Don't insist upon the results. If you go on your life insisting upon the results, you cannot avoid all these negative traits. How strongly will be these negative traits? How strongly you insist upon the results. It will start growing. As long as you are not conscious of it, as long as you are not working to eliminate it, it will keep on growing. Every act nourishes it. The question is, are we aware of these negative traits growing in us? If you are aware, then this advice you can practice. If you are not aware, many times, as I told you, an unevolved person suffers, but he is not aware that he is suffering. That is the difference between evolved person and unevolved person. What is the difference? Difference is not that one is, not suffering and the other is suffering. No. Both of them are suffering. Unevolved person is not conscious of his suffering. Evolved person is conscious. This is the difference. Now once you are conscious of your suffering, naturally what will be the next step? To come out of suffering. How will you come out? Uddharet, na avasadayet. So this is a qualification. So therefore, what is the first step in uddharanam? Being conscious, being aware. Look within. Every decision that you make, every transaction you make, every dealings. Why am I doing what am I doing? What is the emotion behind this act? What is the emotion behind this decision? What is the emotion behind this thought pattern? What is the emotion behind this whirlpooling? There is a particular emotion which is instigating it. Are you able to detect that emotion? I am blaming someone. Am I blaming someone because that person has a blame, or am I blaming that person because I am jealous of that person, or I don't like that person? Just try to introspect and find out what that intention behind that action is. This is the first step. Be painfully aware of the suffering due to negative emotions. Don't justify your negative emotion. The moment you justify your negative emotion, you can never come out of it. The moment you are ashamed of your negative emotion, definitely very soon you will come out of it. How ashamed are you about that negative emotion? And how painfully you are conscious of the suffering of that negative emotion. This will decide how quickly you come out of that negative emotion. Uddharanam will happen depending upon all these factors. This is where spiritual sadhana is. This is called spiritual sadhana. So naturally, spiritual sadhana is all about improving myself. All about refining my thoughts. All about refining my emotions. All about effacing the ego. This is called Uddharanam. And if you go on doing this, what will happen? Atmaiva hyatmano bantuhu. Your own mind, such a refined mind, educated mind, corrected mind, becomes your friend. But on the other hand, I am not trying to correct myself. Whatever ego is projecting in the outer world, I am going along with it. Ego is criticizing others, I say yes. The other fellow is not right. That is why I am suffering. See the language of ego and the language of spirituality. Language of ego is, I am suffering because of others. Language of spirituality is, I am suffering because of my own wrong decisions, wrong thoughts, wrong emotions. See the language. Two types of voice you will hear within yourself. Voice of the ego, voice of God. Voice of ego will always say, outer world has to be changed. Outer people have to be corrected. This is the voice of ego. Voice of God will say, fool, I am loudly telling you and you are not listening to me. You are the problem. If you have a problem, you are the problem. Have you come to this firm conclusion? You are blessed. This is called grace of God. If you have come to this conclusion, all my problem is because of me. Grace of Guru, grace of God, everything can be pointed to this. What is your conclusion regarding your suffering? Am I the cause or is the world the cause? If you have come to this conclusion, blessed you are. But if your conclusion is, no, Swamiji, I am the right person, but the world is not good, my sympathies for you. We don't know how many more births are needed. You see? You see two different people, how situation is the same. One person learns the right lesson, the other person keeps on learning the wrong lesson. And the law of this cosmos is, if you keep on learning the wrong lesson, then you are not learning the lesson. Then you keep on coming back. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. This is the punishment for not learning lessons properly. Come back. Avasadana means what? Once again come back. Till there is uddharanam, there is no escape. You are admitted in this hospital called world because you are a sick person. Mind is not refined. Mind is sick. Raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, everything is disease of the mind. Permanently admitted. Birth after birth. You see? Karmanyevadhikaraste Ma phaleshu ma karma phala heturbuhu ma te sangostu akarmani. Two dangers. Don't do this. So what is the number one? Don't abstain from swadharma. Number one. Number two, don't crave for the results after performing swadharma. But Bhagavan, how can we perform action without expecting results? There should be some motivation. It is an impractical philosophy, Bhagavan. Perform action like a donkey. The donkey doesn't know what it is carrying. It is just carrying. This is what you want. This is a karma yogi. There has to be some inspiration. Without inspiration, no action can be performed. What is the motivation for performing action? Fine, the only motivation is karma phala, you have taken it away. Now give us some motivation. Okay, listen. So the third verse is that motivation. Together. Yat karoshi yadasnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Yes. Tat kurushva madarpanam. Why should I do? What is the motivating factor? For whom should I do? Mad arpanam tat karma kurushva. Perform it as an offering unto me. Now, let us again start from the scratch. In order to live on this planet, how many factors are involved? Again, many times we have discussed this. But again I will discuss. Okay. How many factors are involved? Infinite number of factors. Air is needed, water is needed, shelter is needed, food is needed. So many factors are needed in order to be alive on this planet. Gravity, humidity, mixture of gases, so many things. Outside, inside also, organs have to function. Brain has to function, blood vessels have to function, and so many things are there. Everything has to function. Infinite factors inside, infinite factors outside. Only when these infinite factors come together, life is possible. Now, how many factors are in my control? Not even one. Not even one factor is in my control. So therefore, can I say that I am alive because of my ability? No. So we have to conclude, life is a gift given by God. The concept of God has to come because infinite factors cannot come together in a very beautiful way, in an intelligent way. So there has to be an intelligent principle taking care of these infinite factors, bringing it together and making life possible upon earth. There has to be a power. That power is what we call as God. So I am alive. This life is a gift from God. Now being alive alone will not do. I have a lot of abilities also. When I look at myself, I have so many abilities. Ability to think, ability to see, ability to hear, ability to move my hands and legs, perform action. So many abilities I see. Now the question is, can I say these abilities belong to me? I find that I myself, I don't know how I am operating these instruments, sense organs. How am I seeing? I don't know. How am I hearing? I don't know. How am I moving my hands? I don't know. So therefore, statement number 2. All my abilities and talents are also a gift from God. Life is a gift from God. Abilities and talents are also a gift from God. Then what do I have? Remember the 4 Mahavakyas. I am nothing. I know nothing. I have nothing. I can do nothing. 4 Mahavakyas. Mahavakya means great statements, great realities of life. I am nothing. I know nothing. I have nothing. I can do nothing. How did I come to this conclusion? By close observation about myself. Watch yourself. You will come to this conclusion. If you are not coming to this conclusion, there is some problem with you. And that problem is the ego. Actually, God has not created the world in such a way that we can, even by mistake, create our ego. It is deliberately done. We are deliberately made nothing, so that we will be saved from the danger of ego. Loving, compassionate God has created the world in such a way that His children should not suffer from ego. But we are very smart people. You see, paying attention to the reality of life, if you can pay attention to the reality, ego cannot grow. That is how the world is designed. So now, I have my life, I have my abilities, I have been put in an environment where I have to do something. There is a swadharma, there are vasanas. How should I perform action given this background? I must perform all actions as a loving, grateful worship of the Lord. That is called as samarpanam. Bhagavan, life is yours. Abilities are yours. Environment is yours. Talents are yours. I am doing everything because of you. So therefore, whatever I do, I should do it as an offering unto you. Now, many times people ask this question. Swamiji, what do you mean by offering? See, offering a flower, I understand. Giving something. You see, offer this flower unto the Lord. I understand that. But what do you mean offering your action unto Bhagavan? Offering your action to Bhagavan means remembrance. Non-forgetfulness of this fact itself is that offering. Loving, grateful remembrance of this fact is offering. We can't offer anything to God. Everything belongs to Him only. Then what do you mean by offering? It is remembrance. Non-forgetfulness. Because the moment you forget that it is by the grace of God things are happening, the moment you forget, what enters? Ego enters. Either God or ego. This is the law. The moment I forget that God is doing everything, that forgetfulness allows way for the ego to creep in. Ego will say, I am doing everything. Don't allow that. So samarpanam actually is the samarpanam of ego at the feet of God. Whatever you offer disappears. Into what it is offered remains. For example, in a Homa Kunda, you are offering havis. Fire is there. What happens to this havis? Disappears. What remains? Fire. Now here samarpanam you are offering. What are you offering? Ego you are offering. Bhagavan, not me, but you. That is offering. Tad kurushva madarpanam. This is the practice. So this should be the motivating factor. Motivating factor is not the result. Motivating factor is attempt to please my God. And when is God pleased? Whenever we do something dharmic, righteous, when we follow the path of righteousness, of values, God is pleased. But even merely by walking the path of righteousness, God is not pleased. Walking the path of righteousness plus, what is that plus? Bhagavan, you inspire me. Then God is pleased. Many times, walking the path of righteousness itself can create an ego. I have done so much good things to the world. World owes a lot of things to me. You see? Samarpanam is the term. Samarpanam means what? Constantly at the back of the mind remembering that Bhagavan, it is because of your grace things are happening, not because of me. I am not at all there in the picture. To the extent you can step out, away, you will find peace. Causeless peace. This peace is very different from the joy you experience when you get the result. There is a joy. This is called a spiritual joy. The joy of worldly attainment is egoistic joy. It is defective joy. This joy is different. This joy is born out of effacement of ego. This is a real joy. Defect-free joy. And to the extent ego can be effaced, intense joy, healthy joy. Now, Bhagavan, how to practice this samarpanam? In all these, some few samples are given. Instances, you can practice samarpanam. What are they? Yat karoshi, yat asnasi, yat juhoshi, yat dadasi, yat tapasyasi. 5 samples. Doesn't mean that only in these 5 you must practice. No. You have to practice all the time, but few terms are mentioned. So first one is yat karoshi. Whatever you do. So how should the sentence be completed? Tat kurushva, tat madarpanam kurushva. Yat karoshi, tat madarpanam kurushva. Yat asnasi, tat madarpanam kurushva. This way. For everything you have to. So first one is yat karoshi. So what is samarpanam? Remembrance. How to remember? So when you are going to do something, karoshi means doing. When you are going to do something, turn your attention to the inspiration to do it. Observe that inspiration welling up in your heart. Do you find inspiration? Yes! That inspiration belongs to God, not to you. He wants you to do something. Therefore, He has made you as an instrument to do it. Therefore, it is His responsibility to inspire you. That inspiration belongs to God. Now, whenever you are doing something, planning is necessary or not? When that planning happens, so many thoughts pass through your mind. Step out and watch it. Everywhere you are objectifying it. Inspiration, you keep it as an object watch. Don't identify with it. Don't say it is my inspiration, I am inspired and all. No. I am seeing an inspiration. I am seeing wonderful thoughts regarding planning, regarding execution, how this thing should be done, how this should not be done, how it should be planned. All those thoughts are passing through your mind. Watch those thoughts. These thoughts are coming from Him. This is Samarpanam. Remembrance. Not forgetting how beautifully God is getting things done through you. Thoughts in the mind, inspiration in the heart. Pay attention to that heart beating. I am alive, therefore I am able to do. Who is keeping me alive? God. My hands are moving. Who has given me this ability? God. Instruments functioning, pay attention. God is empowering me. Every little thing, you just pay attention. And go on giving credit to God. This is called a Samarpana. And when you are doing it, you will find that so many people have come together to help you. In different departments, they are good. See how beautifully He is getting work done through all these people. I am capable only in this department. Another person who is capable in another department has come. There also Bhagavan is keeping him alive, inspiring him. Brought that talent. Talent pooling is happening. Different people. What do you see? See God. There are resources, wealth, equipments, infrastructure. Everywhere you see God. The whole thing is happening because of God. Now you are doing something. You did something. Maybe almost half the work is complete. The boss comes. Hey, scrap it. You are sad. So much of effort has gone. What you should see? God. God Himself has come. So now you are not sad because you say, God, you are doing it with your ability. You yourself, you are scraping it off. You will find that your mind is at peace. Because where is your attention? God doing everything. Your attention is not result. Your attention is God. Your mind will be at peace even when that boss comes and shouts at you. Even when the boss scrapes everything. Start from scratch. Okay. There must be a purpose. So everywhere you are seeing the hidden hand of God. But suppose you forget this hidden hand of God, what will happen? Sorrow will come. Sorrow is an indication you have forgotten God. Samarpanam has gone. Vismaranam has happened. Forgetfulness. Every sorrow is an indication that you have forgotten God. You see, spirituality is not theory, it is practice. But it's a silent, subjective practice. Others will not even know that you are practicing. Others will see only your physical structure, you're doing, running around and all that. But deep down, something else is happening in you. Yat karoshi. Next one. Now you know how to do. Yad asnasi. Whatever you eat. So the food is in front of you. Just imagine how that food has come. Really speaking, we have absolutely no control or knowledge of how food is created. Yes or no? How is food created? We don't know. We just plow some land and all that, and then something comes out, and that is food. Food. That is also created by God. You have cooked it. That ability to cook also given by God. Fire, external fire is also created by God. There is an external fire cooking the external food. There is an internal fire which is cooking the eaten food. Internal food. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha Prana Pana Samayuktaha Pachamyannam Chaturbhujam. I am the digestive fire causing that digestion. So now you chew your food. Now this is food meditation. Have you ever observed how the chewing is happening? Most of the time, we chew food, we talk, we gossip, you see the mobile, somewhere the mind is, watch TV. Just watch how the chewing is happening. How beautifully the teeth, the tongue, the saliva, there's a perfect synchronization. That the tongue doesn't get bitten by the teeth. Have you observed? Consciously watch. And every time the food comes, that gland produces saliva. Observe. Just observing will not do. What you have to do? Samarpanam has to be done. Bhagavan, by your grace this is happening. Chewing is happening. Observe. How that mind experiences the taste of it. Salt, sugar. Observe. The fragrance, the flavor. Observe. Meditation is not something to be done only in meditation seat. Eating also can be a meditation. Don't allow the mind to go here and there. Bring the mind right where action is happening. Pay attention. And with this background that everything is done by God, chew. You will find that you will be chewing properly. The moment you are absent-minded, you will not be chewing properly. You want to gulp it down quickly without chewing properly. You know why? Because only gulping gives you taste. It is a indulgence. Chewing doesn't give you indulgence. Gulping is that indulging point. Climax of pleasure happens at gulping moment. So therefore, you will always find that 2-3 times you chew and immediately gulp it. Because you want that momentary pleasure frequently. That's why people don't chew. And that creates problem in the stomach. If chewing is not done properly, all the excess load, work, exertion goes for the stomach. Problem starts. But suppose you are paying attention, you will find that you are chewing properly. Because your attention is not in indulgence, your attention is in God, in the happening. In fact, if you do this, if there is any addiction to any particular sweet or something, your addiction will go. If you want to win over any addiction, pay attention to the chewing process. Control your sense organs, don't gulp it. Chew properly. You can keep a count also. 30 times I am going to chew, only then I will gulp. You will be amazed that after eating food also you feel light. You will not feel that you have eaten something. Hunger is gone, but there is light feeling. So that becomes meditation during eating. You see? And when you gulp the pulp, you see how that food track ensures that it doesn't come out. There is a particular way in which how beautifully everything is planned. Then again, in the stomach, digestive juices. We don't even know what all things are there. Digestion happens. Food is converted into energy. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. Digestion, blood circulation, excretion, respiration. You find that even cleaning the body also becomes a yogic practice. It becomes a meditation. It reminds you of God. Everything reminds you of God. Yadasnasi. The whole day becomes filled with God remembrance. Next one, Yajjuhoshi. Yajjuhoshi means whatever you offer as sacrifice in homa, havana, etc. So there is a fire, there is a fireplace, you offer things. Yajjuhoshi, that word is coming from the root hu. Hu means to offer. You will find this ha in all these terms. The offerer is called havyaka or hotru. Who? Because offering is there. The process of offering is called havana or homa. That which is offered is called havis. You see, everywhere ha, ha, ha. Because hu means to offer. And there is a name for fire. What is the name? Hutashana. Huta Ashana, the one who eats what is offered. Fire's name. Hutashana. What a beautiful language. You see, from that one root, how every term is coming, you see. That which is offered is called hutam. So see, havis, homa, havana, havyaka, hotra, hutam, hutashana. All this term comes from that one word, hu. Yajjuhoshi, whatever you offer. So this is that ritualistic worship. So in that fire also you are seeing Bhagavan. Whatever is offered, you are seeing Bhagavan. So famous verse comes into our mind. What is that verse? Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagnau brahmanahutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam, the ladle with which ghee is offered, is Brahman. Arpana means that ladle, that stick through which you offer that ghee. Brahma Arpanam, that is Bhagavan. Brahma Havihi, what is offered is also Brahman, God. Brahma Agno, in the fire of Brahman it is offered. Who is offering? Brahmanahutam, offered by Brahman. This person is also none other than Brahman only. If this is your attitude, that everything is God, then you are called Brahma Karma Samadhi. Name of the person whose mind is absorbed. Samadhi means absorption of the mind. Whose mind is absorbed in all action in Brahman. Brahma Karma Samadhi. A person who is doing everything, but his mind is only thinking of God, God, God. What happens to that person? Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Such a person goes to God alone, merges with God. The one who thinks of God in every action merges with God. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. This is the practice. It's a conscious practice, conscious practice, conscious practice. This is called as Uddharanam. Forgetting it is? Now you are very clear. Not doing the work is avasadhanam. Doing it for the result is avasadhanam. Doing it forgetting God is avasadhanam. Doing your swadharma without insisting on the result, remembering God is Uddharanam. Yajjuhoshi. Dadasiyat. Dadasi means what? That which you give, charity. Whatever you give. What is the mistake we do? I give, others receive. Therefore others should be grateful to me. No, 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 no. Bhagavan, by your grace I am able to give. You gave me. And even when it is with me, it is yours. And you inspire me from within to give it to the needy. Therefore, your thing, you alone give by inspiring, remaining in the hearts. Tadasiyat. Yet tapasyasi. Tapas, austerity. Bhagavan, you alone inspire to me to do tapas. Tapas is difficult. Tapas is going up. Tapas is controlling the mind, the senses. There is effort involved. But then if there is effort involved, why am I doing it? There is an inspiration from within to do. So within, you are seated in the heart, inspiring me to do austerity, and outside, you give the result of austerity. You are the inspirer. You make me do it, and you are the karma phaladata also. This is the way meditation has to happen. Otherwise, people think meditation is all, early morning, sit half an hour with all drowsy, sleepy. That is meditation. That is this. Swamiji, Christians and Muslims, they have Sunday church, Friday mosque. Why Hindus don't have anything? Hindus don't have anything because every moment you have to do it. It is a 24/7 process. 24/7/60 also. By 16 to 60. Every second. Remember, God, 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 God. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmarayudhyacha. Sarveshu kaleshu, all times. But Swamiji, you are lucky, you are a sannyasi, you have nothing to do, but we have lot of things to do. Now you can't give an excuse now. You see, whatever you do, practice this. Then what will happen? That is the next verse that we will see next class tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।